Hello and welcome to City Beat. We are your central source of news and information for the city of Rocky Mount. I'm your host, Tamika Keenan Norman, and we've got three interesting segments during today's show. First, you've heard about summer camps. We'll talk about those upcoming summer camps, as well as our Buck Leonard Baseball League. And a little later on, we're going to talk about how you can prevent vehicle break-ins, and I'll give you an update on marketing for the city of Rocky Mount. Don't forget, more of City Beat is coming up next. We'll be right back.
I've always really been into the outdoors.
That's why I love the feel of a cool breeze against my face as I cruise down the highway. Did you see that?
Then the North Carolina Department of Transportation said that wind was a real drag on my gas mileage.
I can save money and help the environment by rolling up my windows and turning on the AC when I'm going over 40 miles per hour. Whoops!
So now I'm driving green, I'm saving green, and people no longer confuse me with the lead singer of Twisted Sister.
Drive green, save green, a message from the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Remember, be smart when you cool.
Hello and welcome to another edition of City Beat. I always love doing shows about parks and recreation because they have so many exciting things going on. And one of those exciting things are our summer camps. And here with me today is Chris Allen, our recreation coordinator for the city of Rocky Mount. Your first time on the show with us, right?
Yes, ma'am, definitely is.
Well, welcome. I love to have first timers on. So tell me a little bit about summer camp. Well, first, let me start off with this. Tell me a little bit about your position as recreation coordinator and what you do for the city.
Well, basically for the city, I implement programs for kids ages for preschool age, youth age 5 to 12, teenage population, adult population, as well as senior citizens.
I didn't realize we had stuff for preschool age kids.
Yes, I'm working on a fashion show in September as of right now. So.
Okay, you gotta let us know about that.
Yes, definitely.
But summer camps, you know, parents are gearing up for that, kids are gearing up for that. Tell me about some of the activities that you'll have as a part of both camps.
For summer camps, I guess we'll have we'll swim dates, arts and craft programs, a lot of field trips. We like for our camps to actually be on the go most of the time. We have a great partnership with the Braswell Library this year where we'll be attending a lot of programs that they're offering this summer, such as Snake Alive and a lot of reading programs. A big thing we are adding this year are reading programs into our summer camps.
Okay, and when you say swim dates, you mean as far as like the Denton Street pool?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As well as a couple of dates at Sunset Park at the Splash Park out there.
Gotcha. Now let's talk a little bit about age range for those involved in the camps. And you have the day camp and the quest camp,
yes.
right?
Yes. For both camps, ages go from 5 to 12. At our quest camps at the Williford location, it'll be for ages 5 to 8, and at the Booker T. Washington location, it'll be for ages 9 to 12.
Okay. And we have a special needs camp too this year, right?
Yes, ma'am, we do at Benvenue Elementary this year. We're only taking maybe 20 participants this year, but it's something to start off with, and if it grows, we'll add more participants and more locations.
Okay. Well, why the need for special needs camp this year since this is the first time that you're doing it?
We're kind of rehauling our entire special needs population, I guess the programs that we offer for special needs. We have new leadership, so that with new leadership comes new ideas, and we're trying to be innovative in everything that we do.
Great. That sounds good. So what type of feedback have you gotten in the past for summer camp participants, their parents? How have they enjoyed the summer camps?
I mean, everything I've ever gotten has always been positive feedback. Anything negative, always positive feedback. You might get parents that may want to add a component here or there, but nothing never negative.
Okay. And what's the price for getting involved in these summer camps as well?
For our summer day camp is $75 a week, and with our quest camps it's $25 a week with a $35 non-refundable registration fee that comes along with both camps.
Okay, so there's no difference for in-city residents or those who live out
for
of the
quest
city?
camps we don't take non-city residents, but for our traditional camps it's $100 for non-city residents.
And I think last year there was an opportunity for scholarships as well. Does that exist this year? And what's the criteria for that?
No particular criteria. You just contact human relations. You just contact human relations and talk to them, see if there are any funds still available. And I checked as of this morning, there are still funds available for the scholarship program for summer camps.
And this show will air later, so we got to say this morning is what, May 28th?
Okay.
Yeah. So by the time folks see this show, there may or may not be scholarship funds available, so we definitely want them to contact Human Relations.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so looking forward to the summer camps. Tell us those locations again and how people can register.
Locations this year for the Quest camps will be again at Willowford Elementary and Booker T. Washington Community Center. For the summer day camps will be at Inglewood Elementary and Winstead Elementary. Special needs camp will be at Benvenue Elementary. How to register? You got 3 locations that you can register. Well, actually, there's 3 locations as well as you can register online on the city's Parks and Rec website. We have locations at South Rocky Mount Community Center located at 517 Ravenwood Avenue, here at City Hall, 331 South Franklin Street, and at Booker T. Washington Community Center, 727 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Okay, and before I forget about this, healthy food options is one thing that we've been really focusing on, especially as a part of our Strong Cities, Strong Communities initiative.
Definitely.
We've got a community garden, all that good stuff. So how are you all contributing to that as well? What type of foods are you serving during your summer day camps?
Well, we have a great partnership with Honey Hero Cafe. I know this mostly a southern restaurant, but they provide us with our summer lunches, as well as we give each kid each day one snack. So I mean, we follow the school system guidelines as providing like what we provide for lunch, but everything's healthy, definitely.
Good. Anything else you want to add as far as summer camps are concerned?
Summer camps, no ma'am. I mean, we're just ready. I'm ready to start the summer. Definitely.
All right. I'm sure the kids are ready as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And one of the things that we talked about too, let me mention this as well, is that once the camps have started,
yes,
folks can still have an opportunity to register.
Yes, if the camps are not full, our capacity at each of our locations is 50 camp participants. If the camp's not full, participants can still sign up throughout the summer, or they have the options of choosing, like if they're planning a family vacation during 4th of July week and maybe the next week, so for example, they can pick and choose which weeks they would like to come as well.
Oh, that's good. That's great. And tell us the dates once again for your
summer camp starts June 15th and ends on Friday, August the 14th.
Okay. And another thing that you're involved in this year too is the Buck Leonard Baseball League.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I've heard of that, but we've never sat down and talked about it. So tell me a little bit about the Baseball League and who can get involved in that.
Anyone, of course, anyone can get involved with playing baseball for the summer. Buck Leonard League is historically is named after Walter Buck O'Neill, of course, who is a Hall of Fame player within Rocky Mount and with the Major League Baseball, great player in the Negro League. The league has been going on maybe 10 years now, and the city has been involved maybe 5 of those years. We've kind of helped a silent partner the past 5 years, but this year we've picked up the actual operations of the Buck Leonard League. We're doing operations, field prep, and actually running the Buck Leonard League with the help of the Buck Leonard Association.
Sounds good. And what are the dates for that again?
That starts, we're looking at June 15th as a start date, and that'll run through June and probably to the end of July.
Okay, well, you'll be busy with all these activities starting.
Yes, it'll be a great summer. Summertime is the busiest time of the year for me, so it'll be a great summer, definitely.
Now, how can you register for the Buck Leonard League?
Registering for the Buck Leonard League, you can do that at 2 locations, at South Rocky Mount Community Center or here at City Hall.
Mm-hmm. And are you looking for additional volunteers, not just participants, but those like coaches? Or
We're looking for everybody for the Buck Leonard League, participants, coaches. If you want to volunteer umpire, I'll take that as well as just people just to help out and just make sure that it's a great season this year.
All right, and where is that played at?
It'll be played at Stiff Talbert Park behind Booker T. Washington Community Center, as well as we'll have some games at the sports complex as well.
All right. Well, Chris, anything else you want to add about either activity?
For the Buck Leonard Baseball League, it'll be for ages 7 to 15, and again, we're looking to add another aspect to the Buck Leonard Baseball League. So definitely interested. I mean, we're definitely gearing up for summer camp and Buck Leonard baseball.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you, ma'am.
For joining us on the show. First time, but not the last, okay? We got more coming up. This is City Beat. Coming up next, we're going to speak with Corporal Brad Summerlin from the Rocky Mount Police Department. Totally different topic, but we've got to let you know how you can help to prevent vehicle break-ins. I'm Tamika Keenan Norman. We'll be right back.
That was hot. So hot.
Recycling. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to City Beat. I'm your host, Tamika Keenan Norman, and if you're just tuning in, I want to give a special thanks to Chris Allen. He joined us a little bit earlier to talk about upcoming summer camps, as well as the Buck Leonard Baseball League. And if you need any additional information about that, just call 252-972-1151, or you can always log on to our website at rockymountnc.gov. And speaking of summertime, vehicle break-ins. Corporal Brad Summerlin from the Rocky Mount Police Department is joining us today. Hello and welcome back to City Beat.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you. I think this is a really important topic because you and I were talking before, and you mentioned that during the summer months, there sometimes is an increase in vehicle break-ins. Talk a little bit about that, why that happens.
I think when the warmer months come, the quality of life improves for citizens around here, and people get a little bit complacent. They leave their windows down because of the warmer weather. They leave their cars running with the air conditioning going to keep their cars cool, and they leave the keys in the ignition. Also, people are out and about a lot during the warmer months as they are versus the winter months. They tend to be later at night walking around out in the street and stay out a lot later. So I think a combination of all those things increases our vehicle break-ins during this time of year.
Okay, and you mentioned increase. How much of an increase are we talking?
It's not a major increase, but it is an increase enough that we want to make the public aware of things and tips and things that they can do to prevent these from happening. We're trying to take a proactive approach to it, to go ahead and get a jump on it before the summer months and the early fall hits when it's warm, where they increase the most. So we feel like being proactive and getting this information out and educate the public as much as possible on it will decrease the vehicle break-ins.
And you mentioned to me before 2 top things that people can do for this prevention. What are those 2 top things?
The 2 most important things are, one, they need to lock their car doors at all times. Whether it's sitting in the driveway, or you're in a shopping center, shopping or whatever, you need to make sure that your car doors are locked at all times. We also want to make sure that you roll your windows up. Even though the humidity's high and it's hot during the summer, if you just will crack your window enough, but not leave it down far enough where somebody can reach in and unlock your car door, or either remove anything of value from inside the vehicle because of the windows down too far.
So those are simple things to remember. Hopefully.
They're very simple things, but you would be surprised at the number of people that are very complacent and do not lock their car doors. The majority of all of our vehicle break-ins are unsecured vehicles that are not locked.
What type of feedback? I can't imagine if you came to me and said, well, your car door is unlocked. What type of feedback do you get from folks when they discover that?
You get a mix of feedback. Some people truly thought that they had locked their car doors. I think with the key fob, some people are hitting the unlock button when they're actually thinking they're hitting the lock button. So it's in their mind, they've locked their vehicle, but when truly they haven't. Some people just don't feel like they live in an area that's prone to vehicle break-ins, so they leave their vehicles unlocked. There's really nothing of any value in their vehicle, so they feel like there's no really need to lock the vehicle. They rather somebody just go in and not find anything of value versus busting their window out.
Gotcha. What are some other crime prevention measures that you'd like to mention to our viewing audience?
If you do go somewhere, don't try not to go alone, especially when you go to a shopping center. Pick a well-lit shopping center. Make sure you roll your windows up, lock your car doors, and remove any item of value. Your purse, men's wallets, cell phones, laptops, GPSs, anything that's of any importance or any value to you, make sure you remove that from the car prior to where you're going, or either make sure you secure it in the trunk of your car.
And I've always heard put it in your trunk before you leave your house.
That's correct.
Yeah, not in front of everybody.
That's correct.
Yeah, and I also have a bad habit of leaving my purse sometimes in that passenger seat. I'm just gonna run in real quick and run back out, which isn't a good thing to do either.
Well, you know, something that fast as I'm gonna leave it here and run in and get this and come back out, you create an opportunity to become a victim because of a simple step where you could have took it with you or locked your car doors or hid it under the seat somewhere where it's not in plain view. When we go in these shopping centers a lot of time, we can walk in these parking lots and we'll see those types of items in the view from anybody that's walking by in a shopping center. So you make yourself an easy target to become a victim for a vehicle break-in.
Okay, and what number or website should people go to if they need to report a vehicle break-in?
If they need to report one, they can call the non-emergency number, which is 252-972-1411. They also, when they call, they need to make sure they have the registration on hand, so when the officer gets there, it'll speed up the process of him getting all the information he needs to effectively file a police report for them.
Gotcha. Anything else you'd like to mention?
They can also do a vehicle inventory or inventory sheet to fill out the items that they have with serial numbers, because we can track those stuff. If it is taken from their vehicle, we can track that stuff a lot easier. It helps in our criminal investigation division speed up the process of getting that property back and gives them a lead to go on also. And just remember that during this time when we have an increase in vehicle break-ins, to lock your car doors and roll your windows up at all times.
Well, thank you so much to Corporal Brad Summerlin for joining us on the show today. When we come back, our very last segment is summertime. So many events are going on, so we're going to tell you how we're marketing those events for the city of Rocky Mount. You're watching City Beat.
No, I wasn't happy when people said I had junk in my trunk. Would you be?
Fresh clothes, fresh blankets, fresh water, keyboard, duct tape, late night, all-nighter cheeseburger chips, the essentials. What else? Christmas tree stand, golf clubs, a mattress, pack and play, a life-size portrait of Edward Cullen, and a sombrero. There's a story behind that. Then the North Carolina Department of Transportation said I could save $40 a year and help the environment by clearing out my trunk.
So now I'm doing the right thing, I'm looking good, and I've got more money to spend on the things that really matter.
Drive green, save green, a message from the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Keep the junk out of your trunk.
Hello and welcome back to City Beat. I do want to give a special thanks to Corporal Brad Summerlin, who joined us earlier on the show to talk about some of the things that we can do to help prevent vehicle break-ins. But I did want to end the show a little differently today. I want to talk about how we market the city of Rocky Mount. As you know, I'm public affairs manager, and one of my many jobs is to market some of the things that are going on with our various departments, such as events and new initiatives. And our marketing is a mix of traditional and digital. I get so many questions about what are you doing to market the city? So here goes. For example, we're airing radio commercials right now about all of our downtown live events on stations like Life 103.1, Soul 92 Jams, 98.5 The Big Dog, Power 95.5, and 99.3 Rock City. We currently have vinyl billboards up at various locations throughout Rocky Mount, such as our downtown live billboard near the River's Edge Shopping Center. Whiteboards have been very popular for us throughout the years, and they're at 6 busy locations in the city: the corner of Raleigh Boulevard and Fairview Drive, Atlantic and Spruce Streets, the corner of North Church Street and Independence Drive, the corner of Benvenue and Battle Drive, and in the amusement area of Sunset Park, as well as on Sunset Avenue near City Lake. We also encourage you to get to the movies early. Before selections are shown on all screens, there'll be a 30-second ad on what Rocky Mount has to offer. You can also see these ads at Regal Briar Creek and Regal North Hills in Raleigh, and of course, they're in our very own Rocky Mount Premier Theater. You can see these ads as well in rotation on the lobby screens. And like I mentioned earlier, we do online advertising with the Rocky Mount Telegram and most recently with the Raleigh News and Observer. You'll see traditional ads in both newspapers at certain times of the year and in magazines like Charm. Currently, we're airing television ads on various Suddenlink networks, and of course, we have our annual magazine, My Rocky Mount. An employee magazine, Talk of the Town, is delivered to our employees quarterly, and I forgot to mention we are doing television advertising as well with WTVD. We want you to check out our Facebook page and like us. Just search for Rocky Mount Government Offices. Catch us on Twitter, too, at CityBeatTweet. And sign up for our e-newsletter by visiting RockyMountNC.gov. Signing up just takes a minute. Look at the bottom right, enter your email address for CityBeat, and get our e-newsletter bi-weekly. And finally, our viewing audience for City TV 19. Our City Beat shows are a means of marketing Rocky Mount. So those are just a few of the ways that we market the city of Rocky Mount. And there'll be more things coming soon, too, like Facebook ads and a total revamping of the city website. So stay tuned for all of that information and so much more. I'm Tamika Keenan Norman, and thanks for tuning in to another edition of City Beat.